Welcome to online lecture series on computational methods using MATLAB. In this online lecture series, first we will discuss about the computational methods, nothing but numerical methods. Then we will discuss about the MATLAB. Then we will finally we will implement the MATLAB programming for numerical methods. So finally we can solve the mathematical problems using numerical methods with the help of MATLAB software. So in this lecture series, first we will discuss about numerical solutions of algebraic and transcendental equations in unit number 1. So in this series of lectures, first we will discuss about bisection method, regular policy method, Newton-Raphson method, and iterative method or successive approximation method. In the next unit, we will discuss about interpolation, Newton's forward interpolation, Newton's backward interpolation, Newton's divided difference formula, Lagrange's interpolation formula. Then we will discuss about the central differences, Gauss forward formula, Gauss backward interpolation formula. In the unit number 3, we will discuss about numerical differentiation, numerical integration, then numerical solutions of first order ordinary differential equations. So in this concept, we will discuss about Taylor series method, Picard's method, Euler's method, modified Euler's method, and RK method. Okay. In the unit number 4, we will discuss about the MATLAB programming, basics on MATLAB programming, introduction to MATLAB, then simple concepts in MATLAB programming. We will discuss all these things. In the 5th unit, finally we will discuss about MATLAB programming for computational methods. So this is the series of lectures. In this series of lectures, so the total series of lectures are divided into 2 parts. First part is numerical methods or nothing but computational methods. In part B, MATLAB programming. So in part A, we will discuss about the unit number 1, 2, 3 already discussed. In part B, in MATLAB programming, we will discuss about the MATLAB and MATLAB programming for computational methods. So now we will start the unit number 1, numerical solutions of algebraic and transcendental equations. Now first we will discuss about what is algebraic equation, what is the definition of algebraic equation, then what is the definition of transcendental equations. Finally, after completion of these 2 definitions, we will discuss about what is the definition of solution of an equation geometrically and analytically. Geometrically, now what is the how to find a solution, then also numerical methods. So for solutions of algebraic and transcendental equation, we will discuss about 3 methods. One is analytical methods. Only briefly I will explain the analytical method, not in detail, because this is not an theory of equations. Now my main focus on numerical methods for algebraic and transcendental equations. Just I will give the small outline about the solution of an equation using direct method, analytical methods. Second, geometrical method. Now this is much important for implementing the numerical methods. That's why we will discuss in detailed manner. Then we will discuss about numerical solutions of algebraic and transcendental equations with the help of important methods, bisection method, regular false method, Newton-Raphson method, and iterative method. Okay. Now, this is the structure of our course. So, enjoy the course. If you have any doubts, then write your doubts in my chat box. Okay. Now, coming to the lecture number 1, algebraic equation. What is meant by algebraic equation? Suppose if you have an equation in the form a naught, a constant value, a1 x, x is a variable. So, our equation in terms of x, a2 x square plus a3 x cube plus and so on, a n x power n equals to 0. The equation, this is an equation, the equation a naught plus a1 x plus a2 x square plus a3 x cube plus and so on, a n x power n equals to 0 is called an algebraic equation. An algebraic equation. So, algebraic equation is an expression and it contains constant term and x term, x square term, x cube term and so on up to x power n. This is an algebraic equation of degree n. So, here in this equation there is no trigonometric function, there is no exponential function, there is no algebraic, there is no logarithmic function, no, there is no hyperbolic function, there is no mod functions, etc., etc., etc. Simply only in terms of x only. This equation is called an algebraic equation. The highest power of x is n. That's why the degree of x, the degree of this algebraic equation is n. For example, very simple, 3x square plus, I will write 3x square plus 2x plus 1 equals to 0 is an algebraic equation. Now, another equation x square plus 4x plus 4 equals to 0. Now, coming to third one, x power 21 plus 2x plus 5 equals to 0. So, if you observe the first two equations, okay, first equation is a quadratic equation, second equation is a quadratic equation, very easily we can solve we can find the roots using the formula minus b plus or minus root over b square minus 4ac. But whereas for finding the roots of this equation, the third equation, it is very difficult to find analytically or geometrically. So, that is why we want some new techniques. Such techniques are called computational techniques or numerical methods. So, in this unit we will discuss about some numerical methods for solving such algebraic equations. If you observe the first equation, this is an algebraic equation of degree 2, nothing but quadratic equation. Second one is also quadratic equation. Third one is an algebraic equation of degree 21. So, another very important point you should know, if, okay, I will write it as simply, if f of x equals to 0, left hand side entirely call it as f of x. If f of x equals to 0 is an algebraic equation of n, of degree n, then this equation has n roots. Maybe these n roots are, some of the roots are equal, some of the roots are unequal, some of the roots are complex roots, whatever it may be, we will find the roots. But with the help of computational methods in this series of lecture course, we will discuss about the real roots only. So, not complex roots, whether it is equal or unequal, we will find at least one real root using the computational methods or numerical methods. Okay. Now, coming to the next definition, Next definition. Next definition. Transcendental equation. What is meant by a transcendental equation? An equation I will simply call it as f of x equals to 0 is said to be a transcendental equation if f of x has logarithmic functions, exponential functions, or then no problem, or trigonometric functions, algebraic hyperbolic functions, etc. If any one of the function is logarithmic function or exponential function or trigonometric function, hyperbolic function, then the corresponding equation is called a transcendental equation. Simply it is not an algebraic equation because it contains some logarithmic functions or exponential functions or trigonometric functions and etc. For example, x e power x plus sin x equals to 0. Now, in this equation, it contains exponential function e power x and also trigonometric function. This is a transcendental equation. Okay, x sin x plus cos x equals to 0. So it contains algebraic and also some x term or trigonometric function. Now, x log x some base 10 equals to 1.2. So now this equation contains a logarithmic function. Such equations are called transcendental equations. So at this moment we don't know how to find the roots of equation 1 and also x log x equals to 1.2. It is very difficult. Analytically, it is very difficult to find the solutions of these two equations except geometrically. If you draw the geometrically, then you can find the roots. So for this purpose, we want some new techniques. Such techniques are called computational techniques or numerical techniques. So now coming to now, what is meant by next definition? What is meant by solution? Solution of an equation, whether it is algebraic or transcendental equation. A number, whether it is real number or complex number, whatever it may be, a number A is said to be a solution of an equation f of x equals to 0 if f of a equals to 0, nothing but a satisfies the equation, then we will say that a is a solution of the equation f x equals to 0. For example, I will take x minus 1 equals to 0. If you observe this equation, x equals to 1 satisfies the equation, that's why 1 is called a solution. Now we have another name, solution or a root of the equation. So I will write both terms, root or solution, both are same. So x equals to 1 is the root of the equation or a solution of the equation. Suppose for example, x cube minus 1 equals to 0. Here also x equals to 1 is the root. Now another one is x cube 5x plus 6 equals to 0. Now if you observe, it has only one root, it has 3 roots, but x equals to 1 is the one of the root, remaining 2 units are imaginary roots. We will already discussed in our earlier classes. Now coming to this problem, this equation has 3 solutions. Okay, sorry, I will write x square, quadratic equation. I will take a quadratic equation, then we will discuss the cubic equation. Okay, then clearly x equals to 2 and 3 are roots of the equation, x equals to 2 and 3 are the roots of the equation. Then this equation has 2 roots because it is a quadratic equation. Suppose if the given equation is, just only for understanding, if it is cubic equation, we can apply the analytical method. If it is biquadratic equation, nothing but degree 4, we can apply some suitable methods. Suppose if it is 71 plus minus 3x plus 21 equals to 0. Then how to find the roots, of this equation? So x power 21, this equation has totally 21 roots. So tell me at least one of the root. It is very difficult to find directly. So we will use some numerical methods for finding the solutions of such equations. We will discuss later. Okay. Now coming to another example, just only for interesting, x cos x plus sin x equals to 0. Okay, because this is a simple problem, x equals to 0 is a solution of this equation, because x equals to 0 satisfies this equation, nothing but if you put x equals to 0 in left hand side, 0 into cos 0 plus sin 0, so 0 into cos 0 is 1 plus sin 0 is 1, so 0 plus 0 is 0. So totally x equals to 0 satisfies this equation, because this is a simple problem. In the similar way, okay, just only for understanding, tan x equals to 1, just only for understanding. Tan x equals to 1, so if you put x equals to pi by 4, this is equals to 1. Now 3 pi by 4, 1, 5 pi by 4, 1, 1, 1. Okay, we have this equation has infinite number of solutions. Okay, we will discuss later in detail. So this is a simple definition. A number, whether it is real number or complex number, is said to be a solution or root of an equation f(x) equals to 0 if a satisfies the equation f of a equals to 0. Okay. Now this is about solution of an equation. Now coming to in the next class we will discuss about the solution of an equation using geometrically, okay, with the how to find the location of the root, how to find the roots. For this purpose we will discuss about intermediate value theorem. Intermediate value theorem. Intermediate value theorem. So in the next class we will discuss about the intermediate value theorem, then we will find the location of the roots with the help of intermediate value theorem. Then we will discuss about the solution of an equation using geometrically we can find the solution of an equation, geometrical method. Okay. So thank you very much. If you have any doubts, now mail to me or WhatsApp to me, narasimham_@yahoo.com. My WhatsApp number 9866278504. So if you have any doubts, then mail to me or WhatsApp to me. So thank you very much. Meet again.